Well, here we are. Hey, my name is Etwix, and I welcome you with big arms. Well, I got bored, so I decided to create this channel to talk with you guys and share my life experiences, or just yap about anything really, because genuinity is better than the AI slop that we currently live in. Like, yes, it definitely helps with many things, but then again, I feel like it makes us less creative, or lazy, matter of fact. And that's why I wanted to push myself and show people that we don't always need AI generated channels or content whatsoever. But what I want to, for now, will mainly talk about is how we all go through things in life. For instance, I'm in currently a stressful situation, but I always remember nothing lasts forever. And I wanted to help you so that you can also relate and vice versa. So that we're on the same page. I know that you might have a crush that you're genuinely scared to ask out, or maybe currently in a toxic relationship, heck, even a breakup. Maybe you failed your exams or your university thesis, but trust me, all of these bad things happen are actually beneficial for all of us. It basically builds character and a strong mind, and when you have a strong mind, you don't have anything to worry about in life. Well, life, as we know, it is a journey. Everyone experiences things differently. What's common is that we all came here with nothing and we'll leave with nothing. So be humble and relax. And stress and anxiety kills people more than smoking or drinking. So that should be a common sense. Your mind is really lethal. It is your biggest weapon, but if you wrongly use it, it will definitely screw you up. I remember when I was really insecure and shy, I'm very antisocial, like back in middle school, or also high school as well. What I noticed was that the more people threw words at me, the more stuff that disappointed me, it actually helped me become more resilient and more stubborn on how I live, what I do, and what I say. And honestly, I feel that is something a lot of people misunderstand. But becoming stronger does not mean that nothing hurts you anymore. It just means that you stop letting every small thing control your whole life. You can still be sad and you can still get disappointed, and you can, of course, still have days where you just want to stay in bed and disappear from everyone. But that doesn't really make you weak, it just makes you human. The important part is what you do after that. Do you stay there forever, or do you eventually stand up and continue, even if you don't feel fully ready? I mean, because most of the time, you will never feel ready. You're not going to randomly wake up one morning with zero fear and unlimited confidence and the perfect plan for your life. Coming from me as well, from my experience. It does not work like that. You build confidence by doing things while you are scared. You become better at talking to people, basically. And maybe sometimes embarrassing yourself. You could get better at relationships by making mistakes, because mistakes really teach us the most valuable things. And yeah, everything comes from experience. And unfortunately, experience usually comes from doing stupid things first, like I always do. Well, I have done things I regret, definitely. Probably things I've said, or I should have not said, or wrong people I trusted. But at the same time, I cannot sit here and wish none of it happened, because then I would not think the way I think today. Every bad experience teaches you something, even if the lesson is simply to never put yourself in that situation again. Or maybe sometimes the lesson is about other people, but sometimes the lesson is that you were also the problem. And that one is harder to accept because nobody likes admitting that they've messed up. Let's be real. I think you could also agree with me in this thing. But it is easy to blame everyone else and act like the world is against you. But at some point, you have to look at yourself too. Maybe you stayed somewhere you knew was bad for you. Maybe you ignored every red flag because you did not want to be alone. Heck, maybe you kept making excuses instead of actually putting in the work. That does not mean you should hate yourself for it, but you should be honest with yourself, because you cannot fix something that you keep pretending is not there. And speaking about being alone, I think people are way too scared of loneliness, honestly. Like, obviously nobody wants to feel lonely, but being alone and being lonely are not always the same thing. Sometimes being alone is actually exactly what you need. It gives you more time to, understand what you actually want with everyone else speaking inside your head. You do not need constantly be texting someone, dating someone, or surrounded by people just to feel important. If you cannot enjoy your own company, you will accept anybody just so you don't have to sit with yourself. And that is how people end up in friendships and relationships that actually completely drain them. I mean, from my personal experience, when I was going to college, well, I was alone basically. I had to do everything by myself. I mean, being alone, living alone, actually changed a lot. And that was like one of the key, I guess, character developments that I had. So that was something nice to have. You also have to stop comparing your life to people online, because that will destroy your mind faster than almost anything. You open Instagram, go on Instagram or TikTok, and suddenly everyone is richer than you, better looking than you, traveling more than you, and somehow already successful at 19 years old, or maybe when they're in their mother's womb, who knows. Meanwhile, you're sitting there wondering what you are even doing with your life. But you are comparing your normal everyday life to somebody else's best 10 seconds, So you don't see their arguments, you don't see their insecurities, their depth, their loneliness, or, what they had to do to get there. You just see their final picture. That's all I'm trying to say. But there will always be someone ahead of you. Someone will always have more money, more confidence, and more friends, and more opportunities. If your happiness depends on being better than everyone else, well, my friend, you will never be happy, because the competition never ends. The only person you should really compare yourself is who you are or who you were before. Are you handling things better than you did last year, or are you becoming more disciplined? Are you learning from your mistakes, or are you repeating the same ones while expecting a different result? And discipline is another thing people make sound way more complicated than it is. Discipline is actually not waking up at 4 a.m, taking an ice bath, or whatever these people are doing, and screaming motivational quotes at yourself. Sometimes discipline is literally just doing the basic thing you said you would do. Go for a walk if you want. Study for 30 minutes. Clean your room. Or maybe reply a mail you have ignored for 30 days or something like that. Small things sound pointless, but when you keep doing them, they change the way you see yourself. Every time you make a promise to yourself and break it, you trust yourself a bit less. So then you start believing that you're not lazy or incapable of charging. But when you start keeping small promises, even really small ones, that trust actually slowly comes back. So don't tell yourself you are going to completely change your life in one night, because let's be real, I did that before. I'm gonna change tomorrow. No, that's not the case. Tell yourself that you're going to do one useful thing today and actually do it, then repeat it tomorrow. At the end of the day, let's be real, nobody is coming to live your life for you. So people can give you advice, support you, and be there when things go wrong, but you are still the one who has to make the decisions. So basically, make decisions that your future self would respect. Not perfect decisions, definitely, but because those do not exist, but honest ones. And when you mess up, because you will, I always do as well, you learn from it instead of spending the next 5 years punishing yourself. That is mainly what I want this channel to be about. Just real conversations about things most of us experience but do not always talk about. I'm not here acting like some professional who knows the meaning of life, because I definitely do not. I'm just a person trying to understand things the same way as you are, and maybe something I say helps you, or maybe something you say helps me. Either way, at least it is something real. So yeah, welcome again to my channel for my first video, I guess. I have no idea exactly where this is going yet, but I guess this is what it makes it interesting. We'll see how this goes. We'll talk more about life, relationships, confidence, failures, random thoughts, and probably some completely unnecessary yaps, probably. And if you are currently going through something, remember that the way you feel right now is not how you are going to feel forever. So, my friend, give it time, keep moving, and do not completely give up on yourself because you are valuable. Take care of yourself. Have a good day, good evening, good morning, and peace.